Hello and welcome. For rock and roll fans, Gary Busey will always be remembered for his performance as 1950s rock legend Buddy Holly. Like Buddy, Gary was born in Texas and was into music from a young age. Indeed, he worked as a professional musician for a number of years, touring variously with Leon Russell, Kris Kristofferson, Willy Nelson, the Band and Fleetwood Mac. Gary went on to more than 180 roles in film and television, including Big Wednesday, Lethal Weapon, Point Break, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Silver Bullet, and The Firm with Tom Cruise. But in 1985, British director Nicolas Roeg cast him as a retired baseball player opposite Tony Curtis and Theresa Russell in a what-if scenario in which four famous icons meet in a New York hotel. The film was Insignificance. Gary's character was based on or inspired by baseball legend Joe DiMaggio. Theresa's character was inspired by Marilyn Monroe. With a couple of other journalists, I sat down with Gary shortly after Insignificance was released.
So are you a baseball fan?
Well, yeah, I am, but not like I am in football. I played football all my life in Oklahoma and Texas. So baseball wasn't really my game.
So you'd be young enough to remember at least the image of Joe DiMaggio.
Oh, yeah, I'm 40 years old, I do. But Joe DiMaggio has nothing to do with what I did in the movie. It just happens to be that Joe DiMaggio was a ball player that was married to an actress, you see. And I was a ball player, and I weighed 230 pounds from Bear Bryant. So what I chose to do was to take this enormous man who could knock a baseball 500 feet, but who couldn't hold a wife or have a baby. And that was so significant to him that everything else was insignificant. And when the bomb went off, it didn't matter at all anyway. It was so important to him. But Joe DiMaggio, wasn't in my mind at all. And I know about playing people from Buddy Holly.
Right.
You made it very soft and malleable.
Well, at first it read dumb. You know, the script read real dumb. And I didn't want to make the guy dumb. I'd rather make him vulnerable. You know, it had a little boy in him, you know, that was in pain. Thank you. Nick Roeg. He's a fine sculptor of emotion, Nick Roeg is. And we had a good time making the film. I had no idea what the statement was. When I saw the film, if I'd have known that's what we were doing, I don't know how I'd have been. But that's always the way it is.
Did Nick bring that emotion out of you? The emotions you had you know you had?
Well, the book did. And just the natural attitude from the play. His inability to catch his wife. Her inability to do what she wanted to do. The professor's inability to have world peace. The senator's inability to be a man. So everybody had a cross to bear in that film.
Yeah, I was thinking it could have been titled either Inability or Relativity as well as Insignificance.
Yeah.
Why was it called Insignificance?
Why?
Yeah.
That's what the playwright, it's an English play, and he called it Insignificance. And I think he meant the thing that we chase and we consider most precious to us, in the end, when something like the bomb goes off or an earthquake happens and you lose your family, all of that other stuff's pretty insignificant.
So what was the significant thing then?
That it was insignificant. Probably.
What, life, you mean?
Yeah. The first thing a man says when he dies is, "Why was I so serious?" An Indian told me that. He said, "God, why was I so serious about that? It was just a movie."
That bomb sequence was fantastic.
Was something, wasn't it?
Which one?
The bomb sequence. You've seen
Oh,
it?
yeah.
When it ended, when it all went back and she goes, "Bye."
Yes.
Man,
I
that's
love
easy.
the touch of the hand. Yeah.
Well, Nick has always loved barbecue.
Do you still sing with
Well, I played with Leon Russell, and I played with Eric Clapton, and the band, Paul Butterfield, as a drummer and a player and out front with a guitar. But now I'm writing my own songs. We're in the middle of a record right now.
Did you tour with any of the... Sorry. Did you tour with any of those guys?
Yeah, all of them. It's Teddy Jack Eddie.
With Robbie Robertson?
Yeah, Robbie.
All the guys?
Robbie and I worked in Carney together. He's working with me on the record.
All right. Because I used to, apart from covering film, for about 8 or 10 years, used to cover rock. And when Joe Cocker and all the guys used to come down to Australia, I'd go on tour with them.
Well, Fleetwood. I've been playing with Fleetwood, and Fleetwood just coming out of Australia.
Yeah. Well, Mick's just been down there, isn't he?
Yeah. That's what I mean, Mick and the boys. I love rock and roll. That's my therapy. Finish a movie, you know, it takes you to another part of you where you rip yourself open and you are actually being that other guy, whatever that other guy is, but it's always you. It's real good therapy, and then you get your guitar, and the minute it's over,
So
singing.
the Buddy Holly role to you was pretty important, was it?
Oh, yeah. All of them are, but Holly was especially dear to my heart. That was built in for me. I weighed 160 when I did that.
You're a Buddy Holly fan?
Yes, ma'am.
You were before?
And I am after. I am Buddy Holly.
Yeah,
Come
right.
to Britain during Buddy Holly week. Paul McCartney does it every year.
I've been invited to that. I've just never made it over, but I'm coming now. As soon as they get ice over there, I'll come over.
Ice?
I couldn't get ice, they bring... The milk was hot, you don't drink hot
Beer
milk.
is hot. Listen, the beer is hot.
The beer is hot. I can drink a hot beer, but hot milk... No. I worked on the farm.
Are you next project?
I'm meeting Stephen King next week for I just finished a Stephen King picture after Insignificance. But he wants to direct this one. And Dino De Laurentiis is doing it. Hello, Michael. You look dapper. Hi, Mia. How are you? Good. So we're going to meet Stephen King and talk to Dino again, see if we want to do this. It's from a book of his called Trucks, where a comet passes too close to the Earth, and all the machines go crazy, and trucks start killing people.
Sequel to Christine, obviously.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
No, I'm
Cat's
going to
Eye.
be the hero, the guy that saves it. I got 24 more pounds to lose. I've lost 25. And I get up in the morning and I go to a doctor. Now, here's what I do. Yes, it's difficult. God, it's so fun gaining it and so rough taking it off. I get up in the morning and go to a chiropractor, a holistic healer. And he's got me on a diet and he adjusts my body. Then I go and do an hour of karate. Tang Sudo from a black belt master. Then I work weights in the afternoon and eat protein, watch my food, go to bed early. I'm not doing anything naughty.
What sort of diet do you have to go on?
Protein.
How many calories is that?
Not many. I can eat a lot of protein, but I can't. 60 carbohydrates is all I eat. I don't count calories and I don't weigh.
Because you're quite a big person anyway.
Have I tried what?
EH diet.
What the heck is that?
Eat the half. Eat just the half.
Eat just half?
Yeah.
What if you have a plate this big? No, I can't do that. I was trained to eat everything on my plate as a youngster because people are starving in China.
How tall are you then?
6'1",
How much do you weigh now?
195.
And what should you weigh?
I want to weigh 175, 180. I can do it. I weigh 160 playing Holly. That's a little too thin. I look like a prisoner of war.
But were you up above 160 before you started doing the Holly roll?
Yeah, I weighed 220 when I did Straight Time, and 180 when I did Big Wednesday, the surfing movie. And then I quit eating meat and went to 160 for Holly because I wanted to lose all the definition because he wasn't a muscular fella.
Are you going to be in London when the movie comes? When does it come to London?
What, Insignificance? I don't know, but that's a good idea.
It comes up in September, quite late. But you will come to me.
Yes, sure. I'll get Jeremy to tag that in there.
Can I just ask you a couple of... Are you married?
Yes, ma'am.
You're 40 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
And how many children?
One. He's 13.
13.
He's halfway to black belt. Jake, he's wonderful. He's halfway to black belt and jumps motorcycles and he's a whiz in school and builds a skate ramp and skateboards. Normal guy.
Because how long have you been married?
17 years.
And what's your wife's name?
Judy.
Would you mind telling me her age?
She's 41. She's older than me.
Does she work?
She works. She keeps me in line. That's a job for an
Full-time
elephant.
job.
Yeah. Get back away from the icebox.
Do you get recognised in the street or mobbed? Or
Yeah,
anything like that?
not mobbed, recognized. People respect me and keep their distance. You know?
They know they'll get a belt on the end of their nose if they...
No. I'm frightened inside, so sometimes I spend a lot of time being frightened because it happened so fast to me with Buddy Holly. But now that I'm 40, it seems that life is really fun, and you surround yourself with great people who have fun and who are a whiz at what they do, and really it's effortless. All you have to do is show up, put on the wardrobe, and say the words, and you end up here with you all.
I'm glad to know it's that easy.
Yeah.
Tell me, two things. Firstly, going back a bit, you've got a southern accent. Where did you grow up?
Texas and Oklahoma.
Right.
I worked with one of your countrymen, in fact.
Fred.
I helped produce the film. Yeah, I hired Fred. I met one director, and he said everything right. Plus, I have great respect for the Australians for what their temperaments and their abilities are to withstand. When the surfing movie, we had a couple of Australians with us, P.T. Town and Ian Cairns. These guys could drink white tequila. That's horrible stuff. That's like turpentine.
Yes, I've seen it.
All night long and run out in 115-degree heat. These Australians, Ian Baker from Scabs, run up mountains. Let's go. And I couldn't move. It would be like my body would crack in half.
Yeah, but they're some of the weaker ones, you know.
Good.
They're soft. Like,
I'm glad you told me that. How many times have you guys eaten?
oh, about 4. No, not really.
I've only eaten I didn't even get breakfast.
Oh.
So I had to go to see the movies, 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Oh, you did. What a way to start the day. Shit.
You said about the movie that you really didn't understand what the message was that Nick was getting at until you saw the finished film.
Correct.
So how did you
I read the script and everything. Well, I put myself in a vacuum when I'm working. I didn't know the statement was going to be that vivid and...
So what did you think? I mean, what were you
expecting?
I
love it.
No, but beforehand, before you did it, what were you expecting? What did you think he was
I
doing?
knew I was going to go work with Nick Roeg on a wonderful screenplay that could be anything. But I had never sat down and I don't ever want to be academic about something before I do it. Like to figure out. You find an actor that rehearses so good, so much, who knows it so well. When he comes on in front of the camera don't pick up no desperation, any desperation or urgency. It just picks up some energy moving across and leaving. But with me, I'll forget things and you
Sounds
know.
like me writing my story.
Well, your story's going to be good then. Yes, I have a method of doing it, which is not paying a lot of attention to learning, but paying attention to the blueprint, which is what the script is, and then hitting the marks and saying the words, and knowing it just enough so you have to listen to the other fella. Don't get it all down pat. You'll always have it back here in the back of your head.
Right.
And that makes it more interesting. If there's 5 actors on the screen and you're always watching one guy, that's the guy that's the most desperate, usually. The guy that's in the real bullfight, you know.
The film that you did with Stephen King, was that Cat's Eye?
No, it was Silver Bullet, which was from a short story called Cycle of the Werewolf. And it comes out next fall.
Who's in that? And basically, what's it about?
It's about my nephew, with a paraplegic in a wheelchair, and I built a wheelchair for him to go 60 miles an hour, and we call it Silver Bullet. It's a small town, American apple pie, mother and a flag. And I'm this rowdy, drunk, crazy uncle that comes to town to see him every now and then. My sister and his mother can't stand me, and together we end up finding out he has to convince me that there's a monster in town killing people, and it happens to be the preacher of the church. And we end up having to duel with that werewolf.
So it's basically Stephen King stuff again.
It's Stephen King. He wrote the screenplay.
Right.
And he wants to direct this new one. So.
And what's the new one called?
Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, that's right, the Chuck one, yeah.
Chuck one, yeah.
Has anybody ever likened you to... said there are certain similarities between you and another actor, Nick Nolte,
yeah,
with the voice.
Nick and I are neighbors, and we're partners in everything we do. And we're looking for a film to do together.
You could play brothers.
Yeah, we're going to play brothers that don't know we're brothers, and end up hating each other, and then end up going to immersion. Yeah, exactly. Nick gets compliments on doing Bear Bryant. I get compliments for 48 hours. Somebody on the street says, "Hey, aren't you? Nick Nolte." Wow, Nick Nolte. That's Nick Nolte. Hey,
love it.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Lovely guy, and what a career he went on to have. But a couple of years after our chat, in the late 80s, Gary nearly died from head injuries in a motorbike crash, but he recovered well from that terrible accident and was able to continue working after a long rehab.